Hey everyone, it's Wendy Hutchinson. I am back. Wanted to talk to y'all about something I have been really working on the last couple of months, and that is trusting the process. And the reason I've been forced to look at that or really dig deep around that is because some things have been happening in my life that have been super challenging. And you know, it's really easy to go into fear when we are dealing with something that's really challenging going on in our lives, whether it involves people in our lives or circumstances or situations. And I have just been going through it the last couple of months. I don't want to share any details because I think I just want to protect certain individuals' privacy. But we have been going through a lot of challenges here. And I have decided that well, first of all, I've gone through a million ranges of emotions around what's happening over here. And that has ranged from everything from, you know, I am love and light to completely losing my shit. Not being love and light at all, but really being human and angry and less than spiritually evolved. So I have really been going through a lot of this huge gamut of emotions the last couple months. And what it's really taught me, because what happens when I get into these spaces is the first thing I ask myself always is, what is this teaching me about me? What am I supposed to be learning about myself? And the first thing that always surfaces when I ask myself that is, I am learning... I'm going to change this angle a little bit. I'm learning that I need to be human. I need to be human. I spend a lot of time working on my spiritual evolution. I spend a lot of time meditating and showing up in alignment with my highest and best self, as my highest and best self, and opening my heart to everyone that crosses my path. And also, I have spent a lot of time excavating aspects of myself that need to be cleared and released that don't serve me. But the one thing I've noticed is I need to realize that there is a cosmic order to things, and things are always unfolding exactly as they need to. They might not be unfolding the way I envision them to unfold. Things may not happen in the sequence that I would like to see things unfold. Things might not happen on my timeline in the time that I want things to unfold. And what this journey has been about for the last couple months has really been true acceptance of what is, trusting the process, knowing that whatever's happening, despite how I feel about it, or what the reality is presenting to me in my life, is that it's perfectly imperfect, or maybe it's just perfect, and I don't realize it. And it's taking us all where we need to be, teaching us all the lessons we need to learn. I'm becoming the person I need to become. And a lot of that really has to do with me trusting the process. Also, trusting the process means relinquishing control and taking my hands off the wheel. Because what happens when I get emotional, I get upset, I want to start controlling things and people and experiences. And I have had to use tremendous discipline to take my hands off the wheel and just allow things to unfold. Now, that does not mean I don't have boundaries. I set boundaries and I expect to be respected. I expect my boundaries to be respected. It doesn't mean I'm a complete pushover. But sometimes, you know, we have to show up for ourselves with love for ourselves, and that requires setting boundaries around situations in our lives. And a lot of people who feel like spirituality is just love and light and rainbows and unicorns, I have news for you, okay? I've got news for you. A spiritual path is about duality. Your creator destroyer. There are two sides. There's polarity and duality. And without one, you can't have the other. You cannot just have love and light and not experience the dark. Okay? It's not rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes you have to be the destroyer. Sometimes things have to be destroyed in order to be created. Sometimes you need to stand in your power and set boundaries and be who you came here to be and take no prisoners. Sometimes you need to stand up for yourself and have the respect and the self-love and love yourself enough to show up for yourself, because no one else will. And so I have been dealing with this wide range of emotion that has just been swirling around. And I feel that things are really coming to a resolution or a head, probably today or tomorrow, which is going to be fantastic. But yeah, I just felt it was important to get on and share this message, because if I'm going through these kind of fluctuations and these emotional times, and really having to be so disciplined in my spiritual practices to keep me on point, I felt other people out there, like maybe you who are watching my video right now, thank you, might need to hear the same message. So the core values that I've learned the last couple of months, or that have been really hammered home and reinforced, is 1, love yourself unconditionally. 2, set boundaries and command and demand that those boundaries are respected. Because by respecting ourselves, we command and demand respect from everyone around us. And the situation that require us to set boundaries will be shifted. And number 3, sometimes you have to just allow everything to unfold, even if it looks like a complete disaster. I know I've talked about that in earlier videos. I can't remember which one, but I know I've mentioned it before. But sometimes you have to have destruction to have creation. So if something is presenting in your life and it looks like a mess, and I mean a mess to the outside observer, it could be a relationship, it could be a situation at work, it could be your living environment, it could feel like the world is ending, maybe you lost a job, you've got no money, maybe things are just a mess. This is where we need to trust the process. Step up, ask ourselves, where can we best show up for ourselves, and what's the next step? Ask the empowered questions. Don't go into fear, don't go into drama. Stand in your power and ask yourself, what is next for me and how do I move forward? What aligns with me? What is my truth? How do I honor myself and move myself forward out of this situation and towards my goals and my dreams? And then listen. Create space and silence to listen and hear the answers. Because you know what? Those answers are knocking at your door. And we don't always want to hear what the answers are, because it might involve upsetting somebody. It might involve making a radical change in your life. But sometimes, I'm not going to say sometimes, 100% of the time, we need to honor our truth, honor ourselves. And stop playing this game. Stop pussyfooting around. Stop avoiding. Stop playing this bullshit game that everybody's playing out there and pretend like if I just don't say anything, the situation's going to go away. Because guess what? It's not. It's just going to get worse. So I'm encouraging you all to love yourselves enough to set boundaries, to be the creator destroyer. Stand in your power, speak your truth, align with yourself and your higher self, the source, and then allow everything to play out the way it needs to play out. Okay? I was a little aggressive in this video. I'm usually so nice. But it's a firm message. It's really important. Let's stand up for ourselves. Let's love ourselves. Let's honor our truth. Speak our truth. Stop pussyfooting around. And you know what? There's going to be blowback. Because when people hear something they don't like, they're going to freak out. They're going to point fingers and tell you how, mean you are, inconsiderate, not compassionate. I don't care. I don't want to hear that shit, because you know what? That's all their shit. That's all their shit they're projecting on me. So allow people to have the crazy emotional reaction, because that has nothing to do with you. That has everything to do with them. Stand in your power, people, and trust the process, and everything is going to work out okay. All right? Have an awesome day. Be kind to yourselves. I love you all. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay.